Started lacrosse when I think I was in like 5th grade. I always felt drawn to the West Coast. I'm not sure why, but when I decide something, it's usually I'm like, this is what I really want. And one day I just chose, I was like, I love USC, it's an amazing school. There was just so much opportunity for the sport to grow, and I knew that the girls who were there, I would see videos of them and I was like, this seems like an awesome program to play for, and so I just became really interested.
So I didn't get into sports at all. I was actually on the Battle of the Books team in middle school with my friend. Her name was Kaleigh, and so she actually asked me to join the track team initially. So I only did it because a friend did it initially. It wasn't until we went to Junior Olympics that's like kind of where like everyone in the nation in the United States goes to compete. So I was in the 13-14 division at this time, and that's when I got 3rd for the first time in the 100-meter dash. Going into USC, I committed there knowing that there were girls in all of the sprints of 100, 200, and 400 meter that they were faster than me. And that's what my intention was going into it, to kind of be humbled in that sense of, I'm coming to a school to get better.
I didn't actually even really want to play volleyball, and I wouldn't say I was pushed into it, but definitely growing up around such a huge volleyball family. My dad played in college, my uncle, my aunt, my grandpa played a little bit too. So I definitely knew about volleyball. I didn't know just from like the beginning it was for me. It was never really like any extra pressure or anything like that. It was just more just like kind of, I don't know, all in good intentions and stuff like that. In high school, we used to practice after school for 2 hours. But when I got here and I saw the schedule, you know, it's like an hour of lift every day and then like 2 to 3 hours of practice daily. The travel was pretty crazy as well. I think the time commitment is one of the biggest pieces that people don't quite understand about, you know, D1 athletics as a whole.
Because I ran such good times in high school, it should just be an easy progression and I should just be getting faster and faster. But because I was switching to a new training method and a new eating and new environment in general, I had to adjust to the environment I was in. Some of these workouts are hard, like people throw up and have to get back on the line. So when we're like, okay, there's like one more, like last one, best one, you get mentally re-engaged with what's going on. It's like, I can do, we can do one more, like we're a team, like this is our training group. I train with these girls day after day. So being able to bring that out of them and also bring that out of myself, it also gives me more energy to keep going and finish the workouts.
I came in with an injury. In the beginning of my senior year of high school, I tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus, and so I missed basically my whole entire senior season. It felt isolating in the beginning because I was out for close to a year, and it honestly, looking back, was the greatest gift that I've had here at USC, because it taught me so much, not only about just what it's like to have an injury like that, but how to show up for yourself and your teammates and develop just as a person. We have a great group of girls. There's 33 of us this year, and we're all very close. And I think it can totally get difficult with trying to get playing time, but at the end of the day, I think what we always fall back on is that we're such a close team and we have such great relationships outside of the sport. You're always wishing the best for the next person next to you, and if someone else is playing, it's like that's what's best for this team and it's gonna help us win. And so it can get hard at times, but we just love each other so much.
I tried to cope with the fact that because I had a lot of health issues prior, apparently I had a rare autoimmune disease that I had contracted, so I couldn't even run the way I'd like to. I had a high-grade muscle tear in my right quad, and that was kind of near like the muscle tendon, so I couldn't essentially even walk in the beginning. I used to journal a lot. I tried to not necessarily focus on those shortcomings as much as I'd like to, because I think in the past I used to be so hard on myself in terms of I should be winning this or I ought to be winning this. That pressure can be so debilitating at times. Multiple races where I just mentally wasn't there. Because in the past, in high school especially, and it's not that it was any of the coaches' fault, but they made weight a big focus for me. And it came to a point where my relationship with food was not good. For me, when it comes to my body image now, if I feel good for the purpose of my sport, and I'm running good, then I'm in a good spot, and that's good enough for me.
There's going to be hard days, and it's like that's when you need to lean on those around you. My junior year, in the fall when I lost my dad suddenly, that was what made my whole life change and changed my perspective on everything. That was in the fall. It was out of season. I went home for a little bit, and then lacrosse was definitely something that I turned to, and I was like, this is all I know. It's like kind of now like the one constant in my life, and it was something that my dad and I really bonded over, and it just felt like it was like, this is what I should be doing. Like, it's okay to go back to school. I can find some normalcy in returning, and I think lacrosse was that outlet, and so it was great to be able to come back to that and put my energy and my effort into that. And I think for a little bit, like that totally worked, but it was an escape and it worked for a little bit, but I don't think that was what was best for me. For longevity. Once I figured out the correct mindset that I should have with lacrosse and like that relationship with lacrosse, it's like I still love it, and I definitely do it to honor my dad, but I also do it because it's like just the game that I love, and I know that it's helping me grow in so many ways, not just playing a sport, but it helps me grow as a person. My faith was always something that gave me comfort, and it was always something that I leaned on in the hard times of lacrosse, even in like freshman and sophomore year, and it was something that I knew it always made me feel better. And so my thought process of that didn't change after losing my dad, and it just made me be like, it's even that much more important to have those outlets that you can go to that make you feel better and just help you. So yeah, my faith was something that totally got me through it.
At the beginning of last season, kind of preparing to play a game, and then I get a text from my family saying, hey, like we're evacuating, like there's a fire in our neighborhood in the Palisades. And that was definitely stressful. Spent the night watching the news, and then at a certain point, I think it was like around 10 or 11, the wind was a little too much for the news helicopters to handle, so there was nothing on the news, and then woke up the next morning and it turns out the whole community had burnt down. Definitely tough, and that was the main reason that it pushed me into sports psych. I was just having a little bit of trouble like focusing on the task at hand. I had all this other stuff outside of volleyball kind of present on my mind, and I was obviously very grateful for Robbie Rhodes of USC Sports Psych to try and help me not think of it as something to like play away from or something that takes away from my game, but more importantly, something to play for. I think just the best way to put it is, you know, when right after the fires, people would like ask, oh, you're from the Palisades, like your house burned down, and it was always just kind of tough for me to respond to, and Robbie really kind of helped me understand that, you know, when I'm sitting on the bench getting my name called out saying Dillion Klein from Pacific Palisades, it's not something to shy away from, it's something to play for. Braun was just the most fantastic kid ever. Grew up, we were pretty good family friends. I saw a lot of him, and then I just remember over the summer just hearing that he had passed, and it was like surreal. The kind of beautiful part of it was then I started to talk to friends and, you know, guys who I had no idea had any connection to Braun. Were like, oh, I know that kid, like he's fantastic. And that kind of just, after, you know, the Palisades burnt down and Braun passed, like that was two pretty big hits to the Palisades community. We just had everyone in our community show up and support. I mean, as you know, USC, UCLA is traditionally a huge rivalry, and the games can get heated and intense, but this year it was just different. We were wearing LLB shirts, and the game just felt like it didn't mean as much, but it also meant just way, way more. I think that just having everyone in our community being there supporting and remembering the life of such a wonderful kid was just unbelievable. I mean, that was the most free I've ever played a game in my life.
The Trojan family means to me, it's something that is so special, and I think it's so unique, and it's something that you won't really find anywhere else, and I've seen it throughout the 4 years here. It's so deep and connected, and I think that it's rooted in tradition.
That's why I committed to the school as well, knowing that I'm going to be successful no matter where I go, because the USC degree will always carry me in any career sense, in and out of sports.
Individual awards are great, but they just don't happen without your teammates also doing their jobs. They're the greatest support system that anyone could pretty much ask for.
Thinking about what motivates me to get out of bed on the hard days, especially as a senior, I would say is doing it for the people that I love and my teammates that I love. Love is what makes everything worth it. Life is too short to spend it doing something that you don't enjoy or you don't love, and that doesn't give you energy. And I think that being in the right environment is so important for you to grow and become a better person and be around the right people.
I would be the most proud of how I've grown and gained different tools and understandings of myself, because of course I have goals of going professional in the sport, but I also am aware now from experience that I can't make decisions based on those contingencies. So also being aware that I'm also going to utilize my career in technical aspects. That duality, in a sense, is something that I feel like I'm very most proud of now, being able to function both as a student and as an athlete. Every day I still try to become a better person every day, and like, how can I touch someone's life? How can I make that better for them? Because to see not only myself win, but to see other people win feels very good as well.
I just want people to remember me as a guy who kind of showed up every day and was trying to make his teammates just a little bit better. Not because, you know, I had everything right to say and I directed people in the best directions possible and had this like mind-altering perspective on life or volleyball, but just because I tried and just because I gave it my all.